Welcome back. Let's show Shake Shack. Josh Brown not with us today, but he's feeling pretty good about this one, wouldn't you think? Up near 13%. Earnings beat, revs beat, sales up 15%. 52-week high, highest level since February of 2021, having its best month since February of 2024. The CEO is going to be on Mad Money tonight. You do not want to miss that. Joe, you're thinking about this because we're talking about Chipotle as well today. Their EPS beat, their revs missed. Reiterate buy at Goldman. But what are you thinking about as it relates to, fast casual?
Yeah, and there's a lot to discuss here for quick serve restaurants. It's really all about margins when you think about it. You talk about Shake Shack. Shake Shack was able to increase margins 60 basis points. That's a phenomenal quarter. So obviously the stock is well positioned now to take out its 2021 all-time high. In the case of Chipotle, it had a very high bar to exceed, that's for sure. And it did not reach it in any regard. I think this is a little bit.
Oh, you think it had a high bar?
I'm sorry?
You think it had a high bar?
Yeah, Chipotle always has a high bar.
No, I know normally, but this is not normal. I mean, not normal times, right? The company has its interim CEO.
But yeah, okay, now you're talking about the executive management. I'm talking about the traffic in the store, the trends that we had heard. We had heard a lot about the trends being strong, that traffic was good, that they were able to pass through the increase in pricing. So you had a very high bar to exceed. There's somewhat disappointment here, and it's disappointment to hear about expenses being a little bit higher. It's also disappointing to hear about that they're not going to open as many stores as they previously thought. So I think as a Chipotle shareholder, you're kind of holding serve here because where else are you going to turn to? You're going to turn to McDonald's, you can turn to Starbucks. I'm not necessarily sure you're going to do that. Shake Shack obviously performing well. But I'll tell you this, the quick serve restaurant space is very convoluted right now. You have Brinker, ticker symbol EAT, which is trading near an all-time high. Chili's very strong. And then look at, if we can, pull up Wingstop. Wingstop's down 18% today. So it really is idiosyncratic about who's got the ability to do what Shake Shack did, which is to lift the margins.
Wingstop, they spend a lot on marketing, too. I mean, you see their commercials all over Sunday football games. Visa, Bryn, they had a top and bottom beat. We could take a look at the stock, too. Let's do this one as well. What do we think here? The stock's up near 4%.
So obviously Visa has a moat. They never miss. I thought what was interesting is European volumes are 141% of 2019. Emerging markets up 21%. They're talked about how their use of AI had reduced fraud by 15%. So, they've got a lot of blockchain, they're using AI, they're crushing it overseas. This is just one of these companies that's also playing a little bit of catch up. It's still only up about 13% year to date, but I think this just continues to be a strong company that you can own long term, that once again, they never miss earnings.
AbbVie, top and bottom beat. They raised their dividend, Jace. Let's do that one too before we pass it along.
Yeah, really nice quarter from AbbVie. Obviously, to your point, Scott, top and bottom beat, raise a guide, raise a divvy. Listen, Skyrizi was up 51%. Rinvoq was up 45%. Skyrizi is now their top-selling drug. Obviously, there was concern coming into this year about Humira and losing the patent. That was down 37%, but that's been priced into the stock. I continue to like this one. Their pipeline is strong.
All right, let's